become more and more apparent that it's not about real people and trying to become more digital. It's actually that we live in a digital world. This digital world is something we can be ignorant to, or we can use the technologies that are available to enhance and improve our lives. Social media has been one of those things that have helped people manage and organize their social lives in ways that they've never been able to do before. What I'm going to do today is just share with you the answers to a few questions that are constantly being asked to me as a social media and digital business consultant. A question that I'm often asked is, will all of this technology actually make us more antisocial? Will social media actually become the antithesis of social for our everyday lives? It's easy to understand where people's concerns come from. We see a younger generation constantly at the end of their cell phone and always there instead of in the room that they're actually in. But let me share with you a very clear and simple generational theory. The boomer generation are an incredibly social generation. They're the guys that are responsible for golf days and networking activities around business because they understood that business is a lot more interesting and a lot easier to do if you socialize and get along with everybody that you're doing business with. But the interesting thing is that then a younger generation are actually probably more social than the boomer generation ever have been, just that they're choosing to be social in a different context, through their device connecting with different people around the world. Another question that I'm always asked is, whose responsibility is it to manage social media in our company? Well, I would suggest to you that there are three people that you really need to get involved right at the cusp of your social media campaigns. The first would obviously be marketing, because they are the front line of communication between your business and your customers. The second would actually be HR. HR needs to start to utilize social technologies to onboard people in their companies, to utilize all of that, and then to actually communicate that social technology into the operations of the company. And then the third one is your leadership, your executive. They really need to be able to wrap their minds around the power of social media and what it is that it can for their business. What opportunities lie inside social technology that can be utilized to better help them collaborate, better manage their knowledge inside their organization, and better become a business that is social inside a social revolution. A big question on everybody's minds is, can social media actually help my business in my context, in my industry? Well, to answer that question, I can only really ask you two questions. The first one is, are your customers using social media? And the second one is, are your employees using social media? If your answer to any one of those questions is yes, then your business can benefit from the use of social media. A controversial question often asked is, what if my customers don't have anything nice to say? Well, the problem that you're facing is not then whether I should get involved in social media or not. The problem that you're facing is that your customers don't actually have anything nice to say about you. Your problem is probably more inherent than just being inside the social media circles. The problem for you, if this is your concern, is actually that your customers are already talking about you. You're just not listening to what they have to say. So my advice is, rather get involved in social media, sit back quietly and listen to what your customers have to say, and take that back to your board of executives who make decisions about moving your company, moving your business into a way that it can add value back into your customers' lives. I think the biggest question that business needs to be asking today is not how do we get into social media, but rather how do we succeed in a social economy.